There. If Hello, folks, good day. It's yours truly, John Spencer here. If you can hear and see, drop the location that you're at. What city, what country? Maybe you're in the USA and you're in a certain state. But only let me know if you can see me and see this screen, because technology sometimes is not always my friend. So let me see. Who do I have here? I only have Daniel from Berlin. That means everyone else must not be able to see me. Let me just double check. Oh, okay. They're rolling in. They're rolling in. I got Jack over in Ghana, Jeremy in the Trinidad Tobago, Miss Teresa. I will be in Chicago actually in 24 hours. Let me see. Leela is in Italy. Zimbabwe is over here. Okay, I see you. Philly, ATL. Awesome. Okay, cool. Let me just get this party started here and take this here off because I only want you to see me. Okay? Cool. 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 My speaker is not working. Please check my connection. Interesting. Why is that the case? Pardon me 1 second here. I just need to make sure. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, cool. Yeah, my screen is telling me something different. So happy Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday, depending on where you're located. And maybe there's someone from another galaxy on here. Happy whatever day it is, wherever you're located on any other planet or place in the world. So that was terrible. I just always wanted to say something like that. So today, here's what I want to talk to you about, because I believe we can talk to you from a super student perspective, which you've heard multiple times. We can talk and brag about what makes us different here at Elevate. And by the way, if it's your first time or maybe you're tuning in on Facebook right now, welcome. I am John Spencer, Director of Education, and one of your educators here at Elevate. And what we do is empower you to elevate your life, design your life, and that means whatever you want that to mean. For some people, we are teaching them how to not have a second job that they don't want to have. For some people, we're literally turning cell phones and laptops into ATMs. We are literally giving every person that comes into contact with us the power and ability to be their own bank. Meaning, you don't need to go get that loan to launch your own business, your own brand. Or maybe you just want to be like myself and a lot of my friends, just want to go wherever you want to go and stay as long as you want to stay and give as much as you want to give without looking. Maybe you want to eat from a certain part of a menu at a fancy place because normally you couldn't. Maybe you want to pay some debt. Maybe you want to fund someone's cause or college. Whatever that is, that's what we equip you to do here at Elevate. Mentally and physically, we empower you with financial literacy. So welcome. If it's your first time, you're trying to figure out what in the world is all this about. But today is going to be special because I tried this a few weeks ago. I introduced to you two of our amazing educators, and today I have a third one. I can't wait to let him speak for himself. But before he does, I love that we can create a lot of testimonies and brag about the things that we're doing at Elevate. And those all are very important. But I think it's also important to know who is teaching me. What's their story? How did this person learn this skill and become an educator? What did it take? And what can I expect when I come to this person's class? Would you all find value in that? Let me know. Drop something in the chat. Just Y for yes, N for no, because you don't care. You're just kind of here. But would that give you some value if you could learn more about someone that's actually taking the time to teach you and maybe even help manage your expectations of what you are going to learn? in this whole thing, right? So, okay, let me see. I got some absolutely's and some heck yeses, lots of whys. Cool, cool, cool. So here's what I want to do. I want to introduce to you one of I get the pleasure of working with some of the best traders, educators, and honestly just best people period on the planet. And this guy that you're going to meet is no exception of that at all. He is not lacking in who he is as a man and his generosity to giving back to the community and supporting, you know, a cause or any of those things. This dude is smarter than your average bear. No pun intended, because we trade the Bulls and the Bears. Did y'all get that joke, or was that terrible or no? But I want you to meet one of our legendary educators. I think he's the oldest of our crew, but age is just a number. I think he's one of our elderly of the group. But Mr. Lockhart, please come on, say hello to the beautiful people and introduce yourself. Feel free to talk about what you want, but what I want our focus to be, first off, is telling us who you are, you know, and sharing your story and sharing maybe what those that want to come on board with Elevate and learn with us, what can they expect? What is it that you teach? And why in the world are you an educator?
Hey,
I see your camera's on, but I don't see you at all.
Oh, you know
it's
why?
Just a blank screen.
You know why? Oh, okay. All right, good.
And now your volume. Let me see.
My volume.
You're talking, but your headset isn't coming through.
It's not. You don't hear me?
Still no. Turn.
Man, it's the same.
Your face is telling me it all.
It's the same.
Y'all are hearing them? I'm not.
This is the same thing on my class.
Oh,
it's the same.
Well, keep talking. Apparently, I'm the one that can't hear, so I'll work on my end. You keep going. Tilt that camera down so we can see you.
See, I don't hardly use this camera, so it's like, all right, is that good? Yes, no? Camera good, everybody? Yeah, I can see the chat. All right, thanks, everybody. All right, so my name is Aaron Lockhart. I teach a system called FAST. It is now called Fast Krispy Kreme TPO, and it is about taking advantage of opportunities in the market as they happen during certain times of the trading session. The system, the foundation of the system is built on simplicity. Like if you played that game red light green light, I used to tout this right when I first introduced this, the game red light green light, right? You would go when they would say green light, you would stop if they said red light. And looking at the market and simplicity around a simple set of rules, that's what FAST was designed around, right? Using a specific type of candles on a specific set of rules. And as we have advanced and progressed, right, now it's even more optimal for people with no experience to use, as well as people that have experience, because it basically gives you everything that you need to enter safely, effectively. It tells you when to stay in, when to get out, all around a specific set of rules. And FAST is abbreviated for Forex Accelerated Strategy Trading. The reason that one of the questions, how did I get started? So I've been involved in the industry since 2009. My background is in network engineering, software engineering. And as John said, I am no longer the smarter than the average bear, right? I was injured when I was in the military, TBI spinal injury, and I feel that as I have gotten older, I've just gotten a little dumber. So I needed to find a way to make money to support myself that I could no longer do at my day job. I just couldn't have the stress. I got very ill in 2015 because of the medicine the VA was giving me. They gave me borderline stage 2, stage 3 kidney failure, and I had liver failure. So I really needed to do something different. So I just dived deep into trading. I paid for schooling. I paid for a lot of knowledge, and I just take that information.
Pause.
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt your story.
Yeah.
You said you paid for a lot of knowledge, and this is powerful that you shared that. How much did you pay? Just how many figures was that?
It was 5 figures, with a 2 in front of the 5 zeros.
So folks, did you, if you're in the chat box and you're listening right now, who just heard how much he just paid back then to learn this skill? How much did he pay? How much? Who's paying attention here? Was it 2,500? Because that's 4 figures. You said 5, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Mr. Jones got it. Chrissy was really close. Jack is spot on. 25 grand. That is 25,000 US dollars for a school for trading.
But John, that doesn't account.
Did you just say, but John? Oh, sorry, I just had to slip that in.
That doesn't count for all the money that I lost from blowing accounts.
Well, that's true. That's true. I love that you shared that though, because when we talk and we share Elevate and people hear that our bottom entry for our education and our knowledge and our customization of how we approach this market, $99? Aaron, we may need to huddle up with the rest of the crew, and shout out to one of our partners in Pips, Mr. HB. We may need to circle up and add a couple zeros to that 99. What you think?
I think that if we wanted people's money, yes, but I think that we want them, their bit, time, their energy, their effort to develop our community. So I would say, from our standpoint, because of our nature and our spirit, no. But if we're talking about from the financial side, then yes, all for it. But
so folks, if you're listening, hold on, Aaron. Folks, if you're listening, would you be down to adding 1 or 2 zeros to our student fee, our basic student fee here at Elevate? Would you guys and girls like that? Would that work for you? And so we're like, maybe on the low end, Aaron, we could charge, since we're at 99, adding 1 zero, about $990, or maybe we can charge 9,900. Would you all be down for that? Kania is saying, it still would be worth it. She's not gonna lie, probably because she knows what you. But listen, I'm serious with it. Are you? Oh, like Mario said, everybody's shy now. They don't want to give us that feedback.
I see that, right? For the people that have been with us and that are making money, it's what the value is there, right? Warren Buffett has a famous quote that he says, right? Price is what you pay, value is what you get. And there's a big difference in how we spend our money, right? Do we actually get value from the amount of money that we invest in something? And we are way, 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 way underpriced for the value that we give.
Okay. So I'm glad you added that in there. And please go ahead and continue your story. Because you spent a lot of money. I did not, golly.
Yeah, I spent a lot. Like I said, I had to, right? I had to just find another way, because I didn't want to go through the stress what I was doing. I was trying to, you can't fix your kidney, right? You can fix your liver, right? But you can't fix your kidney. You can only maintain unless you get transfusion, or not transfusion, but the dialysis, or you get a total kidney replacement. So I had to concentrate on that, and I didn't need the stress of going to a job, even though I worked for the happiest place in the world. I just, I had to do something good, so I invested, right? And because, for me, it took me a while to get it, right? One, because I was in a haste to make money, so I was chasing the money, even though I was chasing the skill set. So I just, I had to focus. I for a lot of times I wouldn't trade with a stop loss, I would go to sleep still not trading with stop loss.
So you spent more than 25 grand then, sir.
Yeah. So I just, like I said, I was hard headed. I needed to make money. We were used to a certain type of income coming into our house. And then when you go down to only a veteran's disability, your wife starts looking at you funny. And there's a saying, right? You can't have romance without finance, right? That only lasts so long,
Folks, if you're taking notes, write that down, especially if you've got a significant other. You cannot have romance without finance. Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so long that your wife's going to want to keep eating top ramen. So, you got to decide, right? What are you going to do?
So, Aaron, I do need to validate my statement earlier that I said. You are the elderly among the educators, is that right?
Yeah.
You're the grandpa.
Yeah, no grandpa. Well, I guess so. Because I have a total of 11 kids, right? Even though 7 of those are 4-legged.
So you're kind of looking like the grandpa of the educators with this beard you got going here.
No, I like it though. I like it though. So I want to get the gray. I wish I could be all gray like the those kung fu masters. So I like to do it. And then I can see in the background, you can see my swords I have.
I saw them right away. As soon as I got on, it's the first thing I saw. So military life hit you a certain way, invested a lot in trading. You then obviously spend a lot also with trial and error and learning and all of that stuff, the sweat and the tears that come with taking that journey on your own. And now you're an educator, father of 11, and you're in Seattle, yeah? But are you from Seattle? Are you from Seattle?
I'm from Alaska. I'm from Alaska, born and raised in Alaska. My family had been there since 1948. My mother built a large part of, my mother was Air Force. My father built a large part of Alaska. He had many different hats, general contractor, plumber, construction, electrician, all the things that he did there. That's where I call home. I haven't been back since my father passed away, but that's where home is. My sister's still there.
Awesome. So when it comes to educating, why after, because for how much you spent, I'm like, man, you didn't want to keep the information to yourself? Why do you teach?
Well, I have a philosophy, that I was raised. When I was in Alaska, I was bullied by people like you, big athletic guys. So I had to take martial arts.
Whatever.
I had to take martial arts. And so through that foundation of learn, do, teach, it just kept on. I mean, I even had family members that said that, if you got something that works for you, why share it with someone else? And to me, that's a limited mindset. Plus, my faith, right? And I'm not the best Christian on the planet, right? I have troubles and struggles with myself. It's like, why keep something to myself if it can help someone else, right? Because that's not love. I can't profess to say that I am a follower of Jesus Christ if I want to be selfish with the things that I have. And one of the things is, right, if I have something that works and this can benefit everyone else, then why not? Why not show people? And that's what I try to do.
No, that's amazing. That's an amazing perspective, because there are some people on the planet that obviously are polar opposite, or they think because of the information they possess, they got a price gouge, which I'm going to talk to our partner, Aaron, Mr. HB, and see, can we up this cost at a 0 or 2, and we can split a little bit more than $99. No, I love that. And I spent some time with some friends, in Costa Rica for the past few days. And what I shared with them was something similar to your same philosophy is this is a gift, right? Gifts are to be given, not for you to keep for yourself.
Right.
We don't have to do what we have to do, right? And we definitely don't have to do it for $99 a month.
Right.
Sheesh. And what's crazy is, we have 2 more things that are coming out, that will expedite the learning curve. They're not going to get those things anywhere else. They are proprietary to our platform. And one of those, I do want you to touch on here in a moment, but we're still not going to bring the price of $900.
Yeah.
But we should. Why?
Yeah,
Because those two things that are coming, friends, they are going to do in between 75 and 95% of the trading analysis and work for you. So you don't have to do all of the work. You just need to understand. That's it. You need to understand the concept and understand the market. One of those things, Aaron, if you don't mind touching on for us, is you have your proprietary strategy throws out trade ideas. What do you encourage them to do when those trade ideas are popping up and coming up, onto their phone or their computer when they're on with us?
So one thing I tell people, right, when we go over the automated alerts that come out, is to not just take them at face value, right? And I tell people, there is no holy grail. The greatest asset that you have is the one that exists between your ears, right? And that's your brain, all right? So when you see an alert that comes out from FAST, all right, which is Fast Krispy Kreme TPO, you want to analyze. It doesn't meet the requirements that the strategy lays out, right? There are rules to follow for buying and selling. They're simple rules, right? But does it meet the requirements of those rules? And if it meets the requirements of those rules, then you can go ahead and enter the position. If it doesn't, you wait. There's a hashtag. I got 2 hashtags in my group, in my classroom section. Pound paid to wait and pound be like the remora. The remora are the little fish that swim under the sharks, right? And we don't want to be, the Wrinkle brothers, right? That's what I like to call them. They have the saying, we don't want to be first, we want to be right. And that's the whole thing with being a remora, right? The remora are not out in front of the shark's mouth because they know they're going to get eaten. We want to wait. We don't want to be first. We want to be followers of big money. And that's what I stress. If you wait, you will be paid. Warren Buffett has another famous quote that he says, right? The market is designed to take money from the impatient and give to the patient.
Yeah, facts. All of those were, folks, if you're taking notes right now or working your brain for something to remember, I want to just pull a couple of the things and the phrases apart that he just said. And one of them is this. This is what you got to remember when it comes to this stuff. You get paid to wait. What does that mean? 2 things. 1, follow the rules of your educators. They're giving you the tools. Number 2, you need to work on you. Here you go. I love doing this here. Extend your arm, bend at the elbow, and point that finger back to you, right? Because you're going to have to work on you. Most of the time, if you suffer, and maybe that's not the word, but it makes you suffer. So if you struggle with patience, you're probably not going to do so well with any methodology that we teach. But you know what? I would go so far to say, and you feel free to challenge me on it, anyone that's listening, I would go so far to say, if you struggle with patience with anything, probably doing you a disservice. Doesn't matter. With your kids, with your relationship, with your job, your hobbies, learning, maybe like for me, I'm a snowboarder and I love the mountains, especially when they're covered in snow and even when they're not. I like to go hiking. But if you try to rush through any skill, right? But let's just talk about snowboarding because I don't want to bore you talking about trading. Aaron and I can talk about trading all day. If I get on this mountain and they want to start me on the bunnies or the super easy trail, right, with my board, no, I want to go to the top right now. How successful do you think I'm going to be? By not being patient on the process, by not being patient when they're teaching me the fundamentals. Like Jeremy says here, you will fail. It doesn't matter what it is. And if you're impatient, you're probably going to be impatient in all aspects and areas of your life. Well, if you bring that to trading, you will fail. We get paid to wait for the setup, to wait for the rules and the things that we need to see in order to agree with those trades. And so when Aaron's system is chunking out trade ideas, like he said, they're not all necessarily going to follow the rules. You need to know the rules, which means you kind of need to know the basics, and we try to morph Elevate into a community, but also a school experience. And there's a huge reason for that. And it's because there are certain concepts that you need to work on personally, and there are certain concepts and methodology steps that you need to work on to be successful with trading. And I know it's tedious, I know it's annoying, but trust me when I say those that are great at cheating off the smart kid and playing follow the leader and the educator, those are the ones that find success rather quickly. So I love Aaron's approach to it, because his fast system, it throws you trade ideas that should be fast, quick trades, quick analyzing, quick experience, quick in and out. Am I right, Aaron?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they all come out on the 1 hour, right? And it happens every hour at the top of the hour if the instrument meets the criteria of the strategy.
Yeah. So what can they expect, Aaron, when it comes to Elevate then?
They can expect an experience unlike they've ever had before, right? I mean, because we as educators, we don't hold anything back for people. We've done that from day one. We were free for a long time, to the information that we were giving to people. All right. So, it's, if they want, I tell this in my question, right? If you want to create your own real life money tree, then this is the place for you to do it. This is the opportunity for you to eliminate one of life's biggest worries, which is money. And if you didn't have to worry about money, what would you be? What would you do? Right? Because we all have bills, right? We all have credit cards. We all have all of these expenses that we have to do, right? And like you said earlier, right? A lot of us have to go to work for somebody because those bills are going to come knocking on the door, right? They're not going to wait for us, right? We got to continually trade our time for money. And this elevated experience is about buying that time back. It's not necessarily about the money. It's about freeing us from having to worry about money, but it's about buying our time back so we can do the things that we want to do the things that we want to do instead of the things that we have to do. It gives us choices, options.
No, I love that. So, golly, I can't get this out of my mind. Sorry for friends for repeating this, but Aaron just said, Elevate literally is your money tree. Did you hear him say that in the chat box? Put money tree if you heard him say that. Okay, I'll wait for you. I'll wait. Other than Miss Judy. Hi, Judy. How are you? Other than Kenia. Okay, here's some people coming in. What's up, Jack? Miss Debbie is here. Ronnie is here. Money tree. Put that in your notes. But now it bothers me. I got to circle back to this. Oh, my gosh. I'm working on my Spanish. Dios mío. So we're giving Aaron. Did you even hear what you said? I got to talk to our partners, man, and the rest of the educators. We are providing a money tree for $99. $99?
We're giving the skills away for freedom, right? We're giving the information for people to obtain the skill set for freedom. That's what we're giving away.
We may have to reevaluate the pricing on our trade assistant. Shout out to that. Excel is what it'll be called. And we may have to reevaluate ELLEV8, the one that's going to do 95% of the work for everyone. We may have to bump that cost up, man. We may have to add a zero. It cannot, it's not going to be 99 anyway, just so you all know. But it's also not going to be $990. But I'm thinking like maybe we really should, something that's going to do. I mean, folks, if listen, you're listening and, you heard the money tree, $99 to get you in the door, to talk to a guy like Aaron and yours truly, You're truly. And we got a lot of other amazing educators. I don't want me and Aaron to get all the fun right now. You will meet every single one of them. Shout out to my boy Super K, my sister from another Mr. Ash Motive, Remy the Shinobi, Mr. Brick, Stan the Man, Krispy Kreme, Derek Chris, and Chris Evans. Don't forget Chris Evans. That I get to introduce him to you next soon, so stay tuned for him. G Money and Marcus, Luis Hernandez, Jonathan Gutram, those are our two Spanish. Yusuf in the France world. Listen, we are giving you an opportunity to meet real traders for $99. $99. And if you pay 3 months and you don't see any value, I'm talking, you're not learning anything. We're not helping you at all. The community is terrible. You know, you're just struggle bus, never ever getting the value that you think $99 is worth, then see you later. I think we should charge $9.90 at the very least, especially when the things that we're about to release comes and it does 95% of the work for you. 95. That's nuts. Man, I need to think about that. I'm gonna have to change the prices over here. I'm gonna have to change the prices. So Aaron, here's what I would like to do, unless you have a few more words that you would like to share with the people. I want to transition and maybe give them an opportunity to ask a man of yourself, you know, the elderly of the educators, a question. We have fun, folks, sorry. But I want them to be able to ask you a question or maybe to explore more about what you teach if they got questions about that. But before we do that, do you have any specific words you'd like to share at this point? Or should we go straight to those questions?
Well, I end this every class that I do, I end this. And I did Sunday session, then I did yesterday in my session. And I always say this, right? Life is short and sometimes shorter than that. If you have someone that you love and care for, please make sure that you show them and tell them. All right, so we have to do things that are on purpose. And I said this in my class, you can't fire a cannon from a canoe, right? You have to have a solid foundation. You have to be stable. You have to be purposeful in your acts. And learning this skill set is just like you're building a house. You want to have a firm foundation. You want it to be level so that when you start to put your frame up, your walls, then your roof, and then you start to enclose all that stuff, and you start to add your wiring and your pipes, right? You're good to go. You're already there because your foundation is stable, firm, and you just coasting through now, right? You're coasting through because you have what it takes to do what you want, and that's it.
No, I love that, and I'll add one little small piece to that is how you do some things is how you do everything.
Yeah.
If you bring those issues here, and it's okay, we all have them. I'm an imperfect person. I will 100% admit that. But if you bring those issues and you don't work on them while learning this skill, they are the same issues that will take you out, period.
Yeah, and when I used to teach martial arts, one of the things was, right, you always hear the saying, practice makes perfect, but that's incorrect. It's perfect practice makes perfect, right? I'm not saying that you don't make mistakes, but it's perfect practice. And you go a long way, right? I read a lot of books, and that's one of the things you do self-help, right? Tony Robbins said this, right? People think that knowledge is power. That's one of the old sayings, but that's incorrect. Knowledge is potential power. It's how you apply that knowledge which gives you the power. And one of the things, if you read in that book, Think and Grow Rich, right? The first thing that they say is think and grow rich, right? You first have to have faith in yourself and believe, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I love that. So here's what I want to do, Aaron, before we end our conversation. If you don't mind, I don't know if you're on two Zooms or not, but if you don't mind taking the screen and just show us the snippet. Don't need to take longer than 3 to 5 minutes. I don't necessarily need you to teach a ton, but take the screen and show us a little bit about your methodology and let them kind of see a little bit, maybe even a teaser for the people that they've never met you. Maybe they haven't made it over to your classes. Your prerequisites are up and available for them to start there and begin on his prerequisites and then walk your way through his process accordingly, so that when you land into his live sessions, it makes a heck of a lot more sense. But yeah, if you don't mind, Aaron, just kind of giving a snippet, a sample, an example of your strategy and your technique.
Yeah, I'm just killing some of the colors, the rainbow I got going on.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't want people to experience vertigo or anything, right?
Instead of me calling you the FX Shepherd,
Yeah.
can we? I think I may go into your channel and call you the FX Wizard. Could we do that or no? Does that not
No,
work?
I don't like it. Maybe,
Okay.
maybe Jedi or something like that. You want to change that?
FX Jedi. I actually like that.
See?
I actually like that.
All right. And let's go to, let me clear this, right? Make it all nice and pretty. Actually, no. I need to.
Which while you're doing that, I do need to, we got to make sure we chat within the next 30 to 90 days. I told you I had to come up to Seattle, and I still do. So
yeah, we have a, this week we have another heat advisory warning, just because, I mean, the weather, I mean, that's, you know, I wasn't a big believer in the early 90s with climate change, right? Until, you know, like I said, I'm from Alaska, and we see a lot of land being taken back by the sea because the glaciers have melted, right? In Seward, you know, you used to could walk out to Portage Glacier from the road and touch it, but now you can't, right? It's like a little island in the water. So things have changed. Yeah, I'm ready now, John.
Okay. You should be able to share.
All right, share screen 2. All right, so everyone can see my screen here?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a regular instrument chart, candlestick chart. It's no different. You know, you got different options to choose. We use candlesticks. One of the things that I talk about is, you know, candlesticks were introduced to the Western world in 1989 and went mainstream in 1991 by published work that was done by Steve Neeson. I call him the father of the Western world Japanese candlesticks. Right, these were in Japan. They were used by them. You have wrinkle bricks, which is another form of Japanese candles, and you have haikinashi. Haikinashi is what I start people off on if they don't know traditional candlesticks, because I think it makes it much clearer, cleaner, and easier to see what is going on. All right, the market does two things: it trends and it ranges. Right, we want to take advantage of the market when it is trending, which is why one of the hashtags is pound pay the weight. We don't want to be in the market when it's ranging, when it's moving sideways. One of the things that you can see, right, when the market is trending, it is long and narrow. When it's ranging, it is wide and fat. So my system, right, helps you to see those opportunities as they present itself, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put my system on. It is heavily coded, right? Like I said, we got some TPO things in there to take advantage of time price opportunity. And again, and the reason we say time price opportunity is because everything is in favor of big money in regards to supply and demand, right? They go through phases of accumulation and distribution. And so you can see here, right, the system follows the trend, right? If we take away the candles, the system is telling you how long to stay in this bullish trend, right? Prices above. It's telling you when to get out of that bullish trend and enter a bearish trend, right? To stay in, stay in, stay in. When to get out of this bearish trend, right? This here is sideways movement. And I say, right, if you're going to take these short-term trades, drop down to a lower time frame, or just wait, because this is moving more towards a 3 o'clock position. And I have a lot of things that I put in my classroom channel and in our Discord community for people to look at. And I look at the market like a clock, right? I don't know if I got time to show you this here.
Yeah, you got a few minutes. Go ahead.
Classroom. So my classroom section, you go to pin post. And this is one of the things I point out during my first week of teaching sessions, right? So this is the thing. If the market is pointing up to 12 or up to 6, right, that's like a rocket. Those are those big impulse movements. When the trend has formed and it's stabilized, this is where we want to see the price action and our system going towards, right? Same thing for a bearish movement. This is where we want to see. When price starts to move towards this 3 o'clock direction, between the 2-3, the 4-3, and eventually at the 3, we want to wait, right? Because the market isn't changing then. It is doing what? Ranging, right? Wide and fat. So we want to wait for the right opportunities. We want to be the remora. We want to follow what big money is doing. And that's what my system does. Like I said, I have tested this. You can literally trade just by waiting, right? By waiting for the signals to get in the market. Right? There are specific rules designed. Let's go back to Discord here for a second. In our Excel alert section, right? You can see the amount of alerts that come out, but the rules are there, right? If you're going to take a sell, it'll tell you short-term super trend confirmed. The FW is fib wave, should be red and getting wider. Blue line should be acting as strong resistance and pointing down. Analyze and confirm with the fast RSD, MACD, which is moving average convergence divergence, and TDI, which is the Traders Dynamic Index. I didn't show those yet, but they're right below, right? This is the MACD. This is the one put out by our Wrinkle Brick family. This is their momentum indicator, and this is the fast RSI. I don't have the TDI up, so part of it. But look, just look at this here, right? For a sell, it should be red and getting wider, right? Blue line should be acting as resistance, right? We confirm that, right? There's my pin bar. That's where it gave the entry. This is showing downward momentum. This is indicating downward momentum, right? We're in. Here is where we would change, right? Even though that this is already given a buy signal, right? We don't just go by this. This is the RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. This is a specially modified version based on the book Technical Analysis by the Trading Professional, for the Trading Professional by Constance Brown, right? So it is a leading oscillator. The RSI is a leading oscillator. It's telling you what price is going to do in the future, but it must align with what's happening on the above chart, right? So we always go by price action.
Pause, Aaron.
Yeah.
Take from your entry for that short position there, that sell, and measure down to that exit, and how many pepperonis could they have snagged?
It's 118.3 pips.
Folks, 118 pepperonis. If you have no idea what pepperonis is, welcome to Elevate. Nice to meet you. We will teach you. But that, my friends, was over 100 points that you could have earned just based off what he said. And hold on, Aaron, there's another key factor here. But Aaron, they don't say but Aaron, they usually say, but John, I got in and I'm still not sure. That's where the community comes in. You literally have a classroom, and we also have a generic group that you can go in and say, hey, I just got in a sell on CJ. Okay, probably need to say FJ on this one, that's Swiss. I am in my short position. Am I seeing this correctly? That's it. And we're there for you. We're there. One more thing, Aaron. Two more comments to this. That also depends on your goal, because we have this joke and it's saying that 10 to 50 pips a day can keep somebody's JOB away. There's 118 on this one. You didn't even have to stay in the whole time, my friend. Now, for Aaron, for those that maybe they don't know trading and investment size, we don't get to tell you how much to put in your account. We teach you how to control your risk, but you get to choose what that risk amount is. So please don't ask. But Aaron, if they would have put a mini lot, okay, 0.10, how much profit is that?
Well, you just figure it this way, right? Because TradingView does your points, right? So 0.10, right? we say it for layman people that that's a dime, but it's not really a dime, right? 0.10, right, is actually 1.00, right? If you do the math right, and then
So $1.
You just multiply that times, right? Because TradingView gives you two types of information when in their tools, right? So you see in that red screen there, it says 1,180, right? That's how many points. And then it says 118.0, that's how many pips. So you just multiply that dollar times 1,180 or 118.0, because every tick of price counts, right? Points are ticks, right? Because this is a tick chart. And as you say points, if you look at any type of financial instrument that you're doing, right? If you're talking about your real estate, you're talking about other investments, they're talking about points, interest, right? That you make on your money. And that's what a pip is, right? It's percentage in point or point in percentage. And that's the money that you make. So you can clearly see, right? If you're trading 0.10 times 118.0, how much is that?
Who knows in the chat box? How much is? Don't answer, Mary. How much? How much? How much is that? You basically put $1 in there, and we're not. Hey, folks, hold on. We are not financial advisors. We will never tell you what to do with your money. We do not guarantee success or income at Elevate. What we do guarantee is we will teach you more about this stuff, and we will not give up on you. You will quit on yourself before we give up on you. Okay, that's our guarantee and our promise. Let's see, $118, $118. I got 2 responses. Those are the only ones that want to make some money. So, Aaron, is that correct? 118 bucks?
I don't know, man. I only see 2 people. I don't have enough participation with the number of people we got. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, they're coming in. 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 So I got a lot of 118s there.
Right. So you take that, right? Off of a 0.10 trade, right? And it took how long did it take to do this?
This one I think took a couple of days because this is a slow one.
Yeah. How long did it take to do this? So 4 days, 20 hours, 118 bucks. Yeah.
Okay. I do want to exploit that because I know what somebody's thinking. If you're a big baller, shot caller, you got lots of monies, you got all the monies, and maybe trading might not be for you. I don't know. One trade, one signal that you didn't have to come up with, or we don't say signals here, we say trade ideas. One trade idea that you actually didn't have to find yourself. Don't forget that. And I do stand corrected. I said it was 99 bucks. I completely forgot. Our fee is 129 bucks per month.
So we did raise it, right? Administrative costs, right?
A little bit. You know, I got to get a little something. Anyway, sorry. So one trade, you didn't have to come up with it. You didn't have to come up with his strategy and what aligns with this methodology, any of that. You made 118 bucks on this example here. And there's other things that we teach that you could have actually made more than that off this same trade, but I won't get into that. I won't steal that young man. Shout out to my boy, Krispy Kreme himself. I won't steal his approach, but you could have actually turned that into more than 118. But
yeah,
one trade.
You just gave a bare minimum, John, a bare minimum lot size, right?
Exactly. One trade, a small lot size in the world of Forex, that's $1. $1 became 118 buckaroos for you. My question, my friends, let me know in the chat box if that's powerful.
And I got something to add to that before they answer that, John. Right? If you have $100 in the bank, right? At the end of 4 days, right? Are you gonna have the same $100? Right? It took 4 days here for this. Are you gonna have the same $100? Right? If you go 30 days, are you gonna have the same $100? Depending on the type of account you have, that may be reduced to $95 because the bank is gonna charge you money for keeping your money in their system, and for you not having enough for them to take your money and make them more money. So they're going to fee you to death, right? So is that value, right? As I said before, price is what you pay, value is what you get. And I want to show this here. One of my things for this class is one trade per day per fast. One trade per trading day, right? we're looking at 20 pips, right? There are 5 trading days a week, right? Without not counting holidays, things like that. But normally there's 5 trade days a week. We're looking at 20 pips a week. 20 pips a day. We're looking at 100 pips a week, 400 pips a month on average, right? Because there's 4 weeks. And this is the thing here, right? With a mini lot, $400, right? That's maybe just an extra bill or maybe some groceries. And then as your account continues to grow, your knowledge continues to progress, and you're compounding, you're upping your lot size, right? That same $400 is now $4,000, right? This is $50,000 a year approximate, just trading 1 trade per day. One trade per day right here. Then when you're really feeling yourself, right, you're like, man, I'm gonna do 2 trades per day. This is almost $100,000 a year. And you haven't changed anything because you have discipline and consistency by following the rules of whatever strategy that you're using. Like for us, this is what it is here, right? This is what I focus on. Now we take more than 1 trade per day, but this is just the bare minimum that I suggest, because trading should not be a job, right? Unless you want to be a job, unless you want it to be, right? But the whole reason is people are trying to free themselves from working that 9 to 5 and eliminating, again, one of life's biggest worries, creating their own real life money tree.
And I think we need to charge more. So I need to think about this.
Let's do it. Let's charge
$129.97. We're cheating ourselves, Aaron. We're cheating ourselves.
Well, you want to get more people in, right? And then you want to upsell. I think that's what it is. Right? And I was reading too, like if you add that 97 cents at the end of your dollar amount, it's more attractive to people than just saying outright $1,000. So $999.97.
We may have to huddle up on that one. I know. Yeah. I know who would vote yes. Super K. I know Super K. Yeah. He's already been tripping out on what we charge. So y'all may have to talk to Super K because he may whisper a little something in my ear, and then that may start a snowball. But folks, he said 1 trade. I want you to think about this. I got to make sure you get this before we go. The market is 24 hours. You're busy. You got life going on or whatever. 1 trade in 24 hours can be found, my friends. Oh, and by the way, for those that maybe you kind of just got on, maybe you weren't listening, this is hemp and Krispy Kreme's approach to the market. You didn't have to find that trade. All you had to do was come to class. All you had to do was plug in. All you had to do was say, yes, I want to elevate my life, and you get access to this stuff. And then if you're smart enough, and this is no pun against anybody, by the way, that's just my personality and my nature. Please do not take this as if I'm saying you're not smart. That's not what I'm saying. John. Just say that. Okay, just for Aaron.
Yeah.
And then if you're wise enough, we'll say, you don't have to keep this gift to yourself. You can bless other people. You ain't even got to teach them. You can help them elevate by saying, did you know I am learning something that if I caught X amount of pips a day can pay my debts away? Ooh, wee, sheesh.
That should be a shirt.
Man, that should be a shirt. I need a new shirt with that. And some people miss that. I don't want to tell my friends about this. Well, guess what, folks? Just hate to alert you. We are an education platform / business, and we love, please help us. Can I play the infomercial? Please help us bless somebody else. Is there another? Please let us bless somebody else. Here's why, because me and this young man wouldn't be here if someone didn't tell us about Forex. Period. You don't have to teach them. Let us do the teaching. You get to just high five your friend and learn faster because you got a partner keeping you accountable. You got your own community within our own community, and everybody elevates. That's all I have to say. That's my 2 cents. And Aaron, unless you have further words, my friend, I want to land the plane, and I want to respect your time and everyone listening. We really appreciate you all for jumping on here. And Mr. Lockhart, would you like to close us out with any, since you're the Jedi, the FX Jedi,
The crazy one.
The crazy one, the elderly one of us all. Please end this with a few last words, my friend.
And I just want to, like I said, I end this every class session that I do. Life is short and sometimes shorter than that. And the reason I say that is because we as finite individuals don't necessarily recognize that we are in a battle against time. We take so much for granted in the things that we do. So just, we got to be purposeful with the time that we have, because we don't know if the next second, next moment, we're going to be around to do the things that we want to do, or to love the people that we want to love, or to care for the things that we want to care about. So if you have someone that you love and care for, please make sure that you show them and tell them. That's all I got.
I'm not even going to say nothing on that. That was amazing.
I love Dana. See, Dana? I love.
Okay, why is it not elderly? Sorry.
See, my wife likes Dana too. When we were in Mexico, she was like, I love Dana. So.
Hey, folks, listen, we appreciate your time. Mr. Lockhart, seriously, it's such a pleasure and honor to be not only just one of your partners with our movement at ELLEV8, but to work with you, to learn from you, to sharpen my sword as well as we impact the masses. And so for that, I really appreciate you, my boy. And I will talk to you soon. Everyone else, until next time, my friends, let's elevate. Peace.
So absolutely awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this was quite a long live. It was 56. Well, actually getting ready to go on an hour here. So I appreciate you hanging out. If you're over on LinkedIn, you'd like some more information about the platform, the education platform, feel free to shoot me a text, 314-498-7688. Same thing on YouTube, 314-498-7688. Or if you're here on Facebook, you'd like some information, let me know and I can get you some information on the trading platform. And if you notice, if you caught that trend on that cycle, one of the things that's very cool is they teach patterns. You can watch for patterns and indicators in the market, which is very cool. And I love the fact that if you did the math real quick, if you put $1,000 on that trade he was just talking about over with the 118 pips over that 4-day period, you would have made $118,000 in 4 days. I think if I'm doing the math right, maybe $10,000. I don't know. Anyway, you made a lot of money and they were going off of $1, right? So just think about that. It's about learning smart money concepts and following the banks, not trading against them. I don't want to go in too deep. You can click the link or go to the website that's scrolling across the bottom here, or you can shoot me a private message. I'm on a mission to create some financial legacies out in the world. If you'd like to learn how to trade Forex, reach out to me. I'll get some information, see if it's something that's a fit for you. And if it's not, a worst case scenario, you can get a really good education and learn about the market and learn why the super wealthy are super wealthy and the super broke people are super broke. So I love you. Jesus loves you. Absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact and be an equity creator. I hope you are too. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.